What up, what up? Winbush here. And today I want to show you guys the importance of having an EPK and how we can actually build one out absolutely free. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. So to get started off, an EPK actually stands for Electronic Press Kit. And so this isn't a resume. I actually use this as a calling card for myself, whether I'm working with clients or different brands that I want to bring over to my channel. And so why I think this is important, because we're giving them a bunch of bullet points about ourselves. So whenever we do like a Zoom call or a phone call with a potential client or a brand that we want to work with, they already have the bullet points about yourself, and it gives you some good talking points to start off with. Example, here's my EPK here, and I'm just going to run through it and why I did what I did when I was building this out. And so if we look right here, you can see right off the bat, I have my name, Jonathan Winbush, and then right underneath it, I just have 3 bullet points of exactly who I am. I'm an artist, I'm a speaker, and I'm a creator. And so it's important to just hit them with the facts right off the bat. And then underneath that, you want to hit them with a small blurb about yourself, not a massive manuscript, just something short and to the point. And so right here, I say, my name is Jonathan Winbush. I'm a motion graphics artist based out of Southern California with 15 years experience. I'm not going to go through the whole spiel, but you just want to give them a couple of sentences about yourselves to keep them engaged. And then scrolling down here inside of my EPK, you can see that I have my career highlights right under my headshot there. And so if you're just beginning and you don't have a ton of highlights, just hit them with the stuff that you think is interesting about yourself. And then I get my social media stats as well. So for what I'm pursuing, I'm going after brands. This is kind of important because they want to see how much engagement you get on different platforms. Like I put it from top to bottom. So if you notice at the top here, I actually have VR. It's a platform based out of China, but a lot of my VR work does extremely well out there in China. So that's where I have my higher user base. So I'll list that first, even though I'm not going to be bringing any brands to that platform because that's something really specific and niche. But my second highest one is on YouTube, in which I just crossed the 26,000 threshold. So thank you guys. But then from there, I go to Twitter and Instagram, showing my numbers respectively. And before I get into this next one, you might be saying, I don't want to become a streamer or a YouTuber or anything of that nature. I just want to work with clients as a freelancer. How does this work for me? Well, the reason that I think this could work for you as well is this is a good kickoff point to whenever you're talking to a certain client or anything of that nature. So I feel like resumes are kind of old school and bland, but something more kind of visual like this, I think keeps a lot more people engaged. And so I would like to send this out to potential clients instead of a resume that just has a bunch of bullet points of words in it. So getting back to my EPK here, I have right here listed opportunities for integration. And so if I scroll down here, you can see that I have my picture here. And looking from the left to my right, I'll start with this photo. And why I put this one in here is because going after brands, a lot of times it doesn't have to be right in your face. Like for this particular photo, I was working with a computer manufacturer called Main Gear. And if you look at the hat, it's actually the Main Gear hat, but I'm not calling them out in the video. This was actually for a live stream that I did for NAB when I was talking about motion capture and virtual cameras inside of Unreal Engine. So instead of keep saying like, hey, I'm using a Main Gear computer, I just had the logos within inside the video. And so that's called product placement. And then on my second photo right here, this is when I did an unboxing video for the company called Asus. They make computers and laptops. And so for that one, I actually did specifically make a video showcasing that piece of hardware, much like how I did with the HP. If you go to my channel, you can see I did a video breakdown of this laptop yesterday. So those type of things are ways that we can integrate brands into our channel. So if I keep scrolling down, I just gave a little blurb about how I could use my presence on YouTube and other social media platforms to bring on brands. I kind of go through past brands that I've worked with, from Epic Games to places I'm currently working with like HP and Xsens and Wu-Tang Clan building out their metaverse, etc., etc. So again, you just want to kind of hit them with the highlights here. You don't have to make it a massive list, especially if you don't have a lot of clients or a lot of brands that you've worked with. Like I just continue to keep building this throughout the years. And so as I keep getting more and more to put on here, I start putting those bigger brands in the places that I'm really proud of working with into my EPK. This is the last section. I just call it artists. And this is basically just showcasing some of the notable projects that I've worked on in my personal career. Now, this is more specified for what I've done in television and movies. And so like I've worked on Fantastic Four with Marvel, worked on Lego Batman with Warner Brothers, etc., etc. So again, if you're just a beginner, just hit them with some of the stuff that you're most proud of, because again, this is your calling card to whoever you're kind of pursuing there. You don't have to be a veteran in the game to, have an impressive list there. Just hit them with the stuff that you had, and then you keep building upon that. And then a very important part at the bottom here, you want to hit them with your website, because this is going to give them the best place to go through and see your body of work. So the one thing that you might notice, I don't have my freelance rate and I don't have any type of brand integration rates on here. And that's because you don't want to pigeonhole yourself into a certain rate before you even talk with a client or a brand. And so this is something that I've learned from experience. I used to have a rate card, and companies or, clients would hit me up and say like, hey, can you send us your rate card? And you send it to them without even knowing, what the job is or how they want to integrate into your channel. But since they have those numbers in front of them, they're going to stick to those numbers. So they might ask for something that's like way beyond the scope of what your original rate is. And so it's kind of hard to push your numbers up if you already gave them a certain rate in which you work in. And so I give them the EPK first. It gives us some good talking points whenever we talk in person, and then we do the negotiations when we're in person or on Zoom or through the phone call. So now that I went through my EPK, let me show you how you can build yours out absolutely free using Adobe Express. And so right now I'm on Google. I'm actually going to type in www.adobe.com/express. And that's going to bring us to the login page. And like I said, this is absolutely free. So all you have to do is make an Adobe account or log in with something that you already have. So right here on the front, it says Express It, and you're going to hit start for free. And if you notice, Adobe Express is actually something new. Previously, it was called Adobe Spark, which I have a few tutorials on my channel as well on how to do. But this is something new because they added a lot more features to it. So it's going to ask you to log into your Adobe Creative Cloud. If you don't have a Creative Cloud, you could just log in with one of these other things, whether it's Google, Facebook, Apple, or you can just sign up with the email. Like I said, you don't have to have a Creative Cloud. You could use this absolutely free. So once you log in and everything, this is the first page that you're going to come upon. It's going to show you a bunch of templates here. And so it actually has some cool templates for like Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. This is actually what I personally use to make my YouTube thumbnails, which comes in real handy because it has a bunch of templates you can just take and manipulate at your will. And so what I'm going to do right now is right here where it says search, I'm just going to type in press kit and hit enter. And this is going to give us some templates for the press kit. And as you can see, it has 210 templates for press kit here. Like this first one right here actually looks pretty cool because it has some stats right there that we could change out. It has a nice big box for a profile picture. And then it has a nice section for a blurb. And so the reason that I like these templates in particular are because these are just one sheets that hit them with the facts. The one thing that you don't want to do is make multiple pages for your EPK because time is money. A lot of people aren't going to take the time to flip through pages. And so you just want to have a one sheet and just allow them to scroll to see everything about yourself. So let's just take one of these, for example, and switch it out. So let's say I want to use something that has like icons in it. So if you keep scrolling down, we have some really cool templates in here. Let's say I want to use this one right here. So I'm just going to hit start from and then create from this template and just give it a few seconds to load up here. And there you go. So now we have a template that we could just go through and manipulate. So it's as easy as just clicking on it. So I'm going to left click on this image here because I want to swap this out. And I'm going to come over here to replace. And then back over here on the left-hand side, I'm actually going to hit X where it says denim. And you should see this right here where it says upload photo. So this is where we can actually upload one of our own photos. I'm going to take a photo of myself that I can bring in here. So depending on the size of your image, it might take a second or it might take a minute. But once you have it, you can actually just go in, left click, and just move it around. So it's as easy as that. And then let's say for the header, I just want to change out the text. So I left clicked on it. I'm going to come over here, hit delete, and just type in Winbush. And then I'm just going to leave everything else as is. I'm not a fashion influencer, but you can manipulate this how you need and see fit for your needs there. And so what's cool is we actually have social media stats down here, which for somebody like myself, I think is important to showcase. So if I want to switch this Instagram logo out, I can actually click on it and then click on replace here. And then right here where it says find icon, you can see it gives us a bunch of different, choices here for the Instagram logo. Or if I wanted to switch this out to, let's say YouTube, type in YouTube there. And it gives us some nice YouTube buttons. So let's say that I like that one right there. And boom, now it's switched out. You can switch out your followers by just clicking on it. You're going to have the type here on the right hand side, and you can actually change your fonts and your sizing and everything as well. So I would just say go in here, just experiment. It is free, so you have nothing to lose there. And let's say that you're happy with how this looks right here for your one sheet. To download it, all you have to do is come up here to your right hand side where it says download. Just left click and it gives us 3 options. I personally like sending out a PDF, but you can download a PNG and a JPEG depending on what your needs. But once you download it, you send it off to the client or the brand that you want to work with, and there you go, you're all set. So hopefully this helped you guys out getting started making your own EPK. Now I know this video is pretty different than what I'm usually doing here on my channel, but I feel like something like this is important for artists. Even if you're not trying to be a YouTuber or a streamer, I think even as a freelancer, it's important to put something visually appealing in front of your client, just so they can kind of get a breakdown of who you are. And then that's a good icebreaker for whenever you guys talk. So hopefully this did help you out. If you like seeing videos like this, leave me a comment down below. Let me know, and maybe there's something that I'm missing in my own branding. So let me know down below on different tips and tricks that you guys might have. If you're new to the channel, make sure you're subscribed because I have a lot more cool content coming. As I alluded to, I did a video yesterday going over this HP box. I'm going to be doing some virtual reality stuff. I'm going back into motion capture with Xsand. So I have some cool content that you don't want to miss out on. Leave me a big thumbs up because it helps out with the algorithm. And until next time, stay fresh, keep creating, and I see you guys in the next video. I see you soon. Take care.
What up, Winbush here.